Jan, what's your favorite kind of food?
I love anything Italian, but especially New York-style pizza. Have you ever tried a New York-style pizza?
No, I didn't realize there was a specific New York style of pizza. What is it?
It's hand-tossed and thin crust that's hard along the edges, but soft everywhere else. It's got a light layer of tomato sauce and dry grated mozzarella cheese. The toppings are put right on top of the cheese, and you can fold the slice in half to eat it.
Ooh, nice. Are there specific New York toppings too?
Different pizza places are going to have different types of toppings. But as a general rule, the traditional places usually have oregano, Parmesan cheese, garlic powder, and some chili flakes.
It sounds delicious.
How about we grab some next Monday after work?
Sounds good to me.
How about you, Hiroki? What's your favorite type of food?
Naturally, I love any type of Japanese cuisine, because I'm half Japanese. But my favorite dish is called Okonomiyaki. Have you ever tried Okonomiyaki?
No, never. What's that? Never heard of it.
Well, the best way to describe Okonomiyaki, it's like a Japanese-style pizza.
Really? A Japanese-style pizza? What on earth is that?
Basically, it looks like a small, thick pizza, but it has sliced cabbage, thin pork belly strips, eggs, and grated yams inside.
That's definitely not like any pizza I've ever had. Do they throw it in the air like Italian style and use a big oven? I mean, is it made the same way?
Nope. First, you mix all the ingredients together in a bowl and place it on a hot grill plate. And then you flip it over once, wait for a few minutes, then flip it over again. Then you spread this Worcestershire-like sauce on top. You can also add extra mayonnaise if you want, with a sprinkle of seaweed powder. Then you slice it into any number of pieces you want and eat it just like a pizza.
That sounds really good. I gotta try some of that.
Well, since you're going to take me for some New York-style pizza next week, how about I take you to my favorite Okonomiyaki restaurant after work today? Would you be up for it?
Most definitely.
Jeff, you're originally from Germany, right?
Yeah,
How long did you say you were living in Seoul again?
for nearly 3 years now. Why do you ask?
Well, do you ever miss eating German food? I'm sure there aren't many authentic German restaurants around here. Do you miss it?
No, not really.
Really? That's surprising. Why is that?
This is just my preference. And you might think I'm a little weird for saying this, but I find food back home to be a little bland and boring. I love food that is spicy and garlicky, with a little kick to it.
So you're saying you prefer Korean food more than German food?
Without a doubt, I love Korean food. The spices and garlic, oh, it's heaven. I especially love bulgogi.
Oh yeah? How come?
How can you not like bulgogi? Thinly sliced beef marinated in garlic, soy sauce, green onions, and pear juice. That sweet, juicy, and rich taste just melting in your mouth. With a bowl of rice and kimchi. Just heaven.
I can't argue with that.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to PhraseCamp's inaugural cooking show, Episode 1. I am your host, Jimmy Kimmy, the Kung Fu Master Chef. Today, we will be making some scrumptious Hungarian goulash. Goulash comes from the Hungarian word Goulash levis, which means shepherd soup. Hungarian goulash is often a thick stew with chunks of meat, potatoes, and vegetables. This dish takes time to prepare, so we'll make it as simple as possible. Let's get started! First, here are the 9 ingredients you will need before preparing this dish. 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil, 300 grams of beef strips, 100 grams of mushrooms quartered, paprika powder, 500 grams of peeled potatoes, 600 milliliters of hot beef stock, 500 grams of jarred tomato sauce, roughly chopped parsley leaves, and yogurt. Now let's get started. Firstly, heat the vegetable oil in a large nonstick pan and fry the beef for 2 minutes. Then place the meat on a plate. Heat the remaining oil in the pan and fry the mushrooms for 2 to 3 minutes until they start to color. Sprinkle paprika over the mushrooms and fry briefly. Then tip in the potatoes, beef stock, and tomato sauce. Give it all a good stir. Cover and simmer for 20 minutes until potatoes are tender. Return the beef strips to the pan and warm through. Add salt and pepper if necessary for taste. Finally, add the parsley with a topping of yogurt and serve straight from the pan. Voila! Your Hungarian goulash is served and ready to eat. We hope you enjoyed today's cooking episode. See you all again next week.
It's been some time, you felt sublime. You wanna party, even though you got somebody. Ooh, come on, stop by, know why.
Sally, what type of foods do you like?
I'm a huge fruit and vegetable eater. I try to avoid meat at any cost.
Oh, are you a vegetarian?
Technically, I'm a raw vegan.
I'm sorry, a raw vegan. I'm a little confused. What's a raw vegan?
It's someone who doesn't eat any animal products or food cooked above 48 degrees Celsius. It's basically someone who eats a raw and uncooked vegetarian diet that includes raw vegetables, fruits, nuts, fresh juices, herbs, and so on.
Wow, I think you're the first raw vegan person I've ever met. May I ask what made you decide not to eat meat?
Well, for starters, I never really enjoyed the taste of meat. I never liked the texture, and whenever I did eat the occasional meat, I always found it very hard to digest.
Did you go raw vegan recently?
About 7 years ago, my friend who is a raw vegan introduced me to it, so I decided to give it a try. It felt right, and I've been raw vegan ever since. I wouldn't have it any other way. It's not for everyone, but it suits me. You probably aren't nearly as extreme as me, right?
I'm definitely not a raw vegan, that's for sure. But I consider myself just as extreme. I mean, I truly love to eat meat. I'm a proud carnivore through and through. I'll eat any type of meat. Red meats like beef and lamb to white meats like chicken, turkey, and fish. If it has meat on it, I'll eat it.
Wait. You only eat meat?
Yep, only meat. I don't eat any other type of food. Not even rice, pasta, vegetables, or fruits. Just meat and water.
But isn't that incredibly unhealthy for you? Vegetables and fruits are really good for you, though.
Maybe, but everything else tastes so horrible and it makes me feel sick.
I suppose that means the two of us will probably never be able to grab a meal together.
Considering how extremely different our eating habits are, it might be a challenge. Hey, I just had this crazy idea. How about I make a reservation at a local place I know? It serves great raw vegan dishes and some great meat dishes. What do you say?
Sounds like you're asking me out on a date.
Maybe.
I thought you never asked.
Leave within a minute at the Love Hotel. I'm a secret, I'm a secret.
Jane, do you like to cook?
I do. I don't really like to eat out, so I try to cook at home every day.
Really?
Yeah, eating out is more expensive than eating at home, and it's not as delicious as my own cooking.
So, what did you cook for dinner last night?
Homemade spaghetti bolognese from scratch.
From scratch.
That's right. I buy all my own ingredients and make my own pasta noodles and bolognese sauce from scratch. Seriously, you just can't beat home cooking.
Your cooking must be pretty amazing.
I've heard good things about my cooking. But what about you, David? Do you cook often?
No, not really. If it is, then it's once in a blue moon.
Why not?
Cooking takes too much time. And it's inconvenient for me.
But you could save a lot of money by eating at home.
That's true, but eating out saves me a lot of time, and that's important to me.
I understand, but isn't your health important to you as well?
Well, yeah. What does that have to do with it?
Eating out is so unhealthy. You just never know what kind of preservatives and chemicals they put in your food.
Yeah, but the convenience of takeout.
Look, what if I taught you how to cook?
You want to teach me how to cook?
Yeah, it would save you a ton of money and at the same time make you healthier. What do you say? Are you up for the challenge?
You know what? It doesn't seem like a bad idea. Yeah, okay, why not? I'll give it a go.
That's the spirit.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like, and share our videos. Okay, see you next time. Bye.